Good morning, Niagara and friends. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs, and I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into drive right here this morning. Well, welcome aboard if you're just joining us for the very first time. A very, very, very good, fantastic morning to you for coming and being a part of our crew. So welcome. A big welcome goes out to you this morning. A couple of pieces of housekeeping. If this is your first time joining us, you're going to need a 16-pack of Crayola crayons and a bundle of nicely pressed and ironed leaf bags. Those are our Car Connection laptops. So with the crayon, that's your, what do they call that thing? A stylus. You can write your notes and take the notes down. So if you're co-pilot, take the notes for the pilot. This morning, who's behind the wheel. And if you're just zipping through the drive-through as fast as you can, because there's always people in front of you. You remember, folks, if you're not the lead dog, the view's always the same. It's true. So grab your morning beverage. It is Monday morning. Double check. Flub dipple check your order. That way there's no discouragement and no disappointment after you pull out of the drive-thru. Yeah, perfect. All right, lock that beverage down. We're going to have a swiggy in just a moment. That's what we do. Whatever your favorite morning beverage is, grab that, get it together, and let's have a morning swiggy all at once. What do you say? Okay, well, I'll buy you about 30 seconds. How's that sound? We'll have the morning weather coming up. See what today's weather brings us. Yesterday was very interesting. Sunday afternoon, we had snows, then wet snow, rather large wet snow flakes the size of a dinner plate. And then it turned into grapple several times, little round ballies, and it came down like a big white sheet. The sun was shining, and then all of a sudden, it wasn't. And it was just white. And it put down about a half an inch of that grapple stuff in literally minutes, and then zip. It's like, well, who shut that off? That's good, though. You know, the birds were not impressed. They were not. They're doing their spring thing right now. They're building nests, and they're getting close to youngins. So, yeah, they were not happy. They were singing, but I don't think it was singing like, good thing we couldn't interpret what they were saying. It might not have been good. And this is a family program, so we won't go there. So, interesting weather yesterday. We'll take a look at what we got going on today in just a few moments. So get your morning beverage ready. This program is brought to you by City Auto Sales and Leasing. Earl and Louise Grant, husband and wife team. They're car guys all the way through, and they know how to pick them, and they have the resources for over 25 years to find low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. They sell no junk there, folks. They're Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. They have in-house financing, leasing, as well as financing. They have a pretty decent size inventory under roof and on the lot. So if someone you know, is looking for a pre-owned automobile, top drawer pre-owned automobile. I mean, they look like brand spanking new. So you can go there and buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. That's our City Auto Sales and Leasing with husband and wife team Earl and Louise Grant. So let them know that I sent you. If you're looking for something specific, let Earl and Louise do all the legwork for you. They have the resources for over 25 years where they can find it. If there's a good one out there, whatever it is you're looking for, if it's good, Earl will find it. He will do all the legwork for you. So it's worth the drive to City Auto Sales and Leasing. So with that, let's say thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Maley and Larry Tetro, over 50 years experience as fiduciaries, helping us all to navigate through those financial woes that we can get ourselves into. And you know what? You're not in it by yourself. That's what they'll help you to understand. It's not just you. It happens to millions of people across Canada. They're with IG Wealth Management. They are my personal financial managers, and they are certified financial planning professionals. Tony and Larry, they're very busy fellas. They don't need any more clients realistically, but they wanted to be a part of Car Connection. So in July of 2007, we created a program called The Planners, and they were on. Larry and Tony have been on with us since then, and sharing their thoughts and ideals and tips to help you navigate those areas of finances, which play a great big role, don't they, in owning and operating and taking care of an automobile. Finances come in handy. So if you have some questions regarding investment portfolios, getting rid of some debt, estate planning, powers of attorney, beneficiaries, health proxies for those children, young adults you have living at home 18 years of age, do you have that all set in play or not? That's a question for you folks. They arrange mortgages. I haven't been with a bank for a long time. I love it there at IG Wealth Management. The mortgage team out in Winnipeg, the ladies there are fabulous, and the interest rates are very, very competitive. Life insurance, critical illness insurance, they have it all covered for you. So here's what you can do. If you have questions, instead of doing a survey with family, friends, coworkers, and you know you do that, we all have done it, sit down with those who have the fruit on the tree. You get an hour and a coffee discovery meeting. That's what we call it, the hour and a coffee. Leave your wallet, leave your purse at home, ladies, and book that 1 hour meeting by Zoom, by phone, in the boardroom, at your home, in a coffee shop, in a box, with a fox, whatever it takes to get your questions answered. Financial advisors are not certified financial planners. They're not. CFPs deal with tax laws and making sure that your money is protected from the tax man as much as possible, because, folks, it's not what you earn. It's what you get to keep. And if you're drowning in debt right now and you're having intense moments of fellowship with your spouse, get that hour and a coffee. Just do it. Listen to me and do it. It will take a weight off your shoulders. So let's say thank you to Tony Maley and Larry Tetro. Connect with them on our website, which is the biggest drawer in our toolbox. Everything you'll need to connect with us this morning. If I sound a bit funny, I think I got somebody's boogity thing. Cootie. I think somebody may have again passed me a cootie. Yeah, I feel like I'm plugging up at the moment. May need some Drano. No, probably not. Plunger to the face. That could do it. Yeah, it'd be like a fuel injection flush. Anyhow, get that booked with a CFP. If it's not Tony or Larry, CFP credentials before their name, certified financial planner, and sit down and have that discussion. Where you are and where you'd like to be are probably two different things right now. And please don't give up hope. Do not give up hope. Sit and have that hour and a coffee and watch what happens. You're going to get some stress relief. So with that, let's jump into our morning swiggy. Thank you to Tony and Larry. Bit of a long intro there, but I hear conversations when I'm out and about running errands, and people are struggling. You're really, really struggling. And instead of, getting information from those who do not have the answer, everyone else can solve everyone else's problems, except they suck when it comes to looking after their own. Am I the only one who notices that? I'll look at them and I smile and I'll nod and I'll go, Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the info. They haven't got a clue what they're doing. You need to sit with people that can navigate you through what you think is hopeless, a hopeless situation. So on 3, 2, 1, this is how we do it. Got your beverage? Somebody say, I'm ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Who put that in there? Oh, it's probably me. Piece of ginger. Ooh, that's spicy. Wow. Spice-a-nama. Woo! That just opened my sinuses. Yeah, a good chunk of ginger in there. Yeah, it was a floaty. I better not say that too loud because maybe everyone's going to want a piece of ginger in their morning beverage. It's good for you. That's right. Ever notice? Everybody says, go ahead, eat that. It tastes rotten to the core, but it's good for you. Really. It usually is. Well, let's jump into the morning weather. Thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center for bringing us the morning weather. If you can help them out, they could sure use it right now. They've got a beef dinner coming up, fundraiser, so you can check that out on their website. I believe it's also posted on Instagram, Facebook. In times when community sport's crucial, Crystal Ridge Dream Center shines as a beacon of compassionate transformation. They're located right in the heart of Crystal Beach, 385 Derby Road, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region, from young adults to widows, men, women of all ages, and children. They have after-school programs for the kids. They have moms with moms, and just all these programs, music lessons for the kids, tutoring, helping them with their homework, all that stuff, and feeding 2 days a week out the door, every Tuesday, hot meals, and Friday, and it's getting tough for them to do that. So if you could help them in any way, shape, or form, check them out on our website. That's Crystal Ridge Dream Center, nonprofit, faith-based organization. They get no outside funding. They have to rustle it up themselves. But I'll tell you, they can take a nickel and hammer it into $1. They've got an upcoming roast beef dinner, limited seating, and I am getting my ticket. In fact, Wednesday, I'll have my ticket for that. And then they have a auction record thing coming up. If you like albums, like, you know, the old spin type albums, many may not know what that is. A record album. They have record sale, vintage record sale coming up in May. I believe it's May the 1st, but you can check that out on their website. Just click on their logo, their link below their logo, or you just click on their logo. The whole page opens up for you, and you'll get all the details there. So I was reading it's May the 1st. They're having another record sale, barbecue, silent auction, whole bunch of stuff going on that day. And then the beef dinner's coming up in just a couple of weeks. So, yeah, get your ticket, $25. It'll be a good feast, I can tell you that. I know who's putting on the dinner, and they make an amazing beef dinner. So what do we got for weather today? So thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center. We're out there tooting the horn for them because they do what we can't do, and that is to take care of changing lives one at a time, all ages, in the entire Niagara region, right in our own backyard. Well, it is Monday, and today you're not going to be impressed by the temperature, but I will say this. Well, that's changed. Thursday, we're supposed to see 70 degrees, but Friday, we're looking at a high of 68. So that's going to be looking like our warm day of the week. Yippee! I was really looking forward to that 70-degreer, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. So here we go. Precipitation for today, 0.15 of an inch, and yesterday's snows and grapple was 0.65, a little over a half an inch. Today, 29 degrees right now. It is a bit crispy out there, I got to say. And mostly clear. Wind is making it feel colder, about 19 degrees. Partly cloudy conditions from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and with mostly cloudy conditions expected at 10 a.m. So today's temperature range will be from 29 to 38 degrees, more feeling like 19 to, are you ready for it? 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You know what that is? That's zero, right? That's freezing weather. Yikes. I know it is April, and, April showers bring May flowers, but really? Well, when we get our own planet, we can fix that, right? Okay, let's jump into the today's topic, and we're going to wrap it up. And thank you to those who sent in a little message saying, can we get part 4 of Wanna Be Cool? Because the warmer weather, whether we want to believe it right now or not, it's going to get here. And looking at the weather trends, and when we had the shop on the Hamilton Mountain for a little over a decade, when it was bouncy like this, suddenly the sunshine would show up and we'd hit like close to 80 degrees. 2 days, 3 days in a row. And that's when the phone went nuts. People went crazy, get their air conditioning taken care of. That's when they hit the button and go, oh, that's not good. It's not working. It's not working. If it is working, it's not working. I don't know, but I'm not happy, Jerry. That's what would happen. Well, if you've missed the last 3 segments that I did on air conditioning, those are up on our YouTube channel. So every day, our iHeartRadio podcast, which streams out on all podcast platforms, Amazon, Apple, and whatever, the Spotify, and wherever your Podbean, wherever you're pulling your podcast from, just put Car Connection Workshop in the search box and you'll find us there. But all our podcasts, we have 142 podcasts up on our YouTube channel and almost 300 YouTube videos. So today is video day, so we got to get things rolling. We've got videos coming up. You're going to get an opportunity to see spring maintenance on the 2007 Toyota FJ Cruiser. It's the last one in the door. The Rocket will be finished up once everything else is done. I got paint work to do, but I cannot do that until everything and every body is out of the workshop. I've got a front bumper cover that needs painting, and that takes a strategy to get it done in the shop without turning everything red. And that's all that needs to be finished on. No, I got to put a muffler on. That's right. That's arrived now. The cheapy muffler has fallen into a million cornflakes inside itself. You look at the muffler on the outside and it looks perfectly okay until you shake it. Then it sounds like it's full of Skittles inside. And the fear there is that whatever's broken away, a bigger chunk breaks off and blocks the exhaust pipe itself. It is possible, but it vibrates like crazy and it sounds nasty, so it has to come off. But now the muffler I thought I bought for that car way back a couple of years ago, it doesn't get used a lot. It's a scoot around car for the summer. Air conditioning works amazing, and it wasn't. After I reported to Napper that the muffler was like coming apart inside and making all kinds of noises, they looked up the invoice. It was, it only had a 90-day warranty on it. And I go, if somebody had told me that, I would have said, thank you, but no thanks. Yeah, if you can only give me 90 days warranty on a car part, are you crazy? I'm not putting that on my own vehicle, let alone on yours. You know what I'm saying? No. What does it tell you about the quality of the part if you only get 90-day warranty? It can't be any good, right? Am I the only one who thinks that way? It can't be all that great if that's all I got. It's 3 months and it's over. That's not quite as bad as a tail light warranty. You know, once the brake lights come on, the warranty's off. Yeah, that's a tight one too. I'm surprised the domestic car companies haven't come up with that one. Tail light warranty. Man, have you been watching and listening to what's going on with some of the domestics? Some of the stuff that's breaking down is catastrophic. And in this day and age with the technology, there's no excuse for that, folks. None. I look at the price tag, and then I look at the headaches that these customers are going through. Their vehicles tied up for months on end, and you're paying for that. You're making the payment, paying the insurance, and it's car down. No good. We'll talk about that in another program. I've been watching it closely, and it's just, I shake my head and just go, what are they doing? What are you doing? Yeah, maybe they're only giving you a 90-day warranty on the whole thing. I don't know. Anyhow, I got smart, went online to my online resources for car parts. That's where I go. I've been a Napper guy for 44 years, and I haven't been able to give them a whole lot of sales because their prices are bizarre. I'll give you another example. Well, you'll see the video, but I don't want to blow that out. But anyways, one of the components that I need to replace, there's 3 of them. 2 are identical, 1 is different. You'll have to watch the video to see what I'm talking about. And the last time I bought just one of these particular components, so it's a pulley, so we'll give it a name. It's a pulley. It was $93 from Napper in 2021. Got it? I bought all 3 in a kit, and I am impressed by the quality. All 3 pulleys that need to be replaced at a specific time, because if you don't, the catastrophic damage is not absorbable. It's just not. So I bought all 3 in a kit, and it arrived yesterday, a day early, for $36. And right away, I opened the box to look at them because I wanted to see the quality. And I don't see a difference between the last ones I put in and the ones I just got yesterday. So all 3 pulleys for $36. 1 pulley in 2021, $93. You see what we're up against? Yeah, it's a little crazy out there on the parts pricing. So, and getting into air conditioning season, I can only imagine what we're going to be dealing with for prices. AC compressor, line sets, orifice tubes, evaporator cores, condensers. I can only begin to use my imagination what the price structure is going to be. So you'll have to watch that video because I'm going to cover a lot of material in about 3 or 4 15-minute segments, so I don't take up too much of your time. You can watch a segment, come back, watch the next one. A lot of work, but it's, you know what? It's not even, at the end of the day, you'll be shocked at how much work I got done with the parts and everything back in 100% working order as we head for 400,000 kilometers. I'm well over the halfway mark. Just so you know, I bought that vehicle at 152,000 kilometers. And I'm not going to tell you anything else. You're going to want to watch the video and take a look. Take a look for yourself. And I'll walk you through what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So again, it comes down to what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have done sooner or better, or learned some basic vehicle ownership fundamentals. That's the whole purpose of our YouTube channel. Every video teaches you that. The 5 things and the 4 things. Concern, cause, correction, confirmation. That's how we wrap it up. Yeah, we don't get the parts cannon out. But there's specific jobs that if you do the job correctly, you're good for another 150,000 K, unless there's component failure. And we cannot guarantee, I have no crystal ball that can prevent that from happening. But if we're putting in the maintenance and we're following a maintenance schedule, how long would your automobile last if you actually followed a proper maintenance plan? Well, I bought it at 152, and we're about 60,000 kilometers. Not quite. I think I'm at, if I remember right, I'm at 359. That's right, 359. I'm at 359,000 kilometers. Heading for 400. Yeah. And in the video, one of the series, I will disclose what I paid for that 2007 FJ Cruiser from the original owner. I am the second owner. And the lady I bought it from, very nice lady, a school principal out in the Kingston area, very, very nice family. And so I'll share some of those extra details. Right now, let's jump right into part 4. This is it. If you want to be cool this summer, you need to get on that air conditioning now. But today, part 4, I teach you all the tips and tricks I know as an HVAC tech, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. I only do vehicle air conditioning or highway trucks and coaches. That's what I'm licensed for in that area. So I have several licenses, my diesel endorsement, light truck, and passenger vehicle. And I used to have other endorsements as well. I did propane conversions, natural gas conversions, but I let that all go because that's kind of gone by the wayside many years ago. That was interesting work, custom fitting all the natural gas conversion and propane conversion into different years, makes, and models. It was interesting work. Do's and do nots today with air conditioning. I'm going to teach you today how to use it properly, because when you don't, that's when things go, here's the technical term, kafufnik. Yeah, you can use that if you wish. Kafufnik. That's when things go kapooey and it's done. And it usually starts with the air conditioning compressor. It just can't take it. So if you, I'm going to use some terms today, and you might go, I don't know what that is. You need to go back and listen to all three episodes. I give you the coup de grace in every single one. The do's and do nots, how the air conditioning system works, all the components that make up the refrigeration system that's in your car. You basically have a refrigerator with the door taken off in your automobile. It works, both work exactly the same. If you have central air conditioning, it works exactly the same, except you don't have that big garden apparatus. Yeah, we hide ours with tall grass. Yeah. But I'll tell you, when you're sitting out on the patio and that thing comes on, you're almost thinking you're going to take off. But anyways, when it's hot and steamy outside, it's nice to sleep comfortable. Amen? Same within the car. If you got to do a pretty decent drive in the car, ladies, isn't it nice to have that air conditioning so that you don't arrive at work looking like you got dragged through a hedge backwards? Yeah, that your clothing fits like a Pillsbury wiener wrap. Not good and not comfortable either. So number one, the coldest air conditioning you can ever create in your automobile is on what? Most of you believe that it's on high fan speed. So you get in, max AC, max out the fan speed, and your hair's getting blown out of condition, and you got to fix that before you get out of the car. Ladies, you know the deal. And some of your fellas, I know some guys, it's like, don't touch their hair. They'll lose it. I mean, they'll go into orbit. They would have beat the Artemis. Was it the Artemis that, did figure eights around the earth and the sun? I don't get that, but just the same. Would have been a nice ride. I wonder if they had snacks What kind of snacks do you think they had? Did they have coffee in that spaceship? I would hope so. Do they have Netflix? Just kidding. I don't even watch TV. I just don't find anything that entertaining anymore. It's like, can you write something that's interesting? Anyways, coldest AC you're going to achieve in your automobiles is max AC, low fan speed. I know. I hear, I got to feel that cold air. Well, the coldest air comes out on low fan speed. Let me explain. When you have a fan, picture a block of ice sitting on a ginormous pizza tray. Yeah. Okay. So you're catching all the drippings. And a fan sitting behind it on one side in front of you, and you're on the other side. The fan is blowing the air. You've got that thing on full blast, highest speed the fan can produce, and it's blowing across that block of ice. If you were to have a thermometer in your hand that was isolated from your body temperature or a thermal heat gun, you would be able to see what the temperature, the coldness is with the fan on high speed. Now that's when I would say now put the fan on low speed, the lowest speed you can get on that fan. So I call that gear number 1. Now take the temperature. Watch the difference. It is eye-popping. And why is that? Let me explain. So airflow, when it moves slowly, it gathers up either A, as much heat as it possibly can, or B, as much coolness as it possibly can, depending on whether you have the heater on or you have air conditioning on. Your hottest temperature will be on low fan speed in your car, and your coldest temperature will be on low fan speed. So as the air passes through the little unit that looks like a radiator, and as I mentioned, they put that in the car first, the automobile, then they build the car around it. Because to get to those evaporator cores, which is inside the car, is quite a challenge on most automobiles. And the problem is, and I'm going to pick on the domestics again, I never had one domestic car in my lifetime that didn't have complete air conditioning failure with the same components, and the leading component being a leaking evaporator core inside the car. So the refrigerant is leaking out inside the car, and there's only one way to fix it. You got to get into that area, which means taking most of the car apart inside, get the evaporator out, and put a new one in there. Yeah, lots of fun, and a diet soda, and maybe a bag of Doritos. Possibly. Maybe not. Corn chips. Cheese doodles. Okay, we better stop. Get spinning out of control here. So low fan speed, max AC, that's your coldest. Next thing. So you've just climbed into your car, and it's piping hot in there. I'm going to give you a couple of tips right out of the gate. Get yourself a really good sunshade that goes in the windshield. I know. I hear the lazy ones saying, well, that's going to take 3 minutes out of my life. Okay, folks, we got to get past all that. To win, you got to be willing to fall in love with the effort. Whether it's losing weight, whether it's being a better person, whether it's being a better husband or a wife or a friend or a sister or a brother, are you getting the picture? You got to be willing to put in the effort. If you're not willing to put in the effort, then nothing happens. So if you want to change some things in your life, you've got to change some things in your life. If you're a procrastinator, you got to beat that. You're talking to someone who used to be like that, and it was a balance of a lot of things. You know, people mess you up, right? They do. If you let them, they'll mess you up. You got to get past that and move forward and have purpose. But if you're a lazy person, and I'm not disrespecting you, but I would be your encourager every single day, if I saw you every single day, is to do stuff. So get yourself a sunshade. If you came by the Car Connection workshop any time of the night or day, you will see that the vehicles have sunshades in. There's a couple of reasons for that. It stops the dashboard from cracking. It reduces the inside, this will blow you away. It reduces the in-car temperature by up to 40%. Did you hear that? Up to 40%. So, two things. I don't like replacing cracked dashes. It's a big job, and it reduces the resale value of your vehicle. And the sun is extremely dangerous to car parts, plastic. And that's why I'm painting the bumper on the 99 Honda Civic. The red and dark colors, the sun just bleaches it right out. And the J-beam is dark blue. And I'll show you a picture of the back bumper. It's melted. It's literally the top edge of it. The rear bumper cover is melted. So that's the intensity of the sun. So if you go out and buy yourself a decent, not a dollar store thing, those things are trash. But once in a while, they have some really good ones. I mean, really, really good ones. Because I bought a stack, and I was giving them away at our booth last year at the car shows in our wash pail. So if you want to know where we're going to be, we always give away a really cool wash pail. Everything's in the pail except for the water and people. So you have to do it yourself. But anyhow, I scored some really good sunshades. And they must have bought some kind of odd lot or something, but they weren't the dollar store ones. Those are lousy. They're so thin they only have one side. And the black edging that they stitch on there, it's not fabric, it's like a paper, and then the sun totally torches it, and it goes everywhere in your car, on your clothes, everywhere. It's terrible, horrible. Don't get those. Buy yourself a super duper heavy duty sunshade and get used to putting that in the window. It will reduce the in-car temperature by up to 45%. How cool is that? No pun intended. So you want to put that in there. Get the heat down inside the car. Tinted windows. Excellent investment. Excellent investment. Absolutely. The FJ, I had that done back in 2000. I bought it in, I just checked that. December 27th, 2013 was when I bought that. Yep. And I had the windows tinted at the shop that was doing the safety inspection. And that was Cider Automotive out in Wainfleet, Ontario, Canada. And that was when Lily and Randy were running the shop, but now it's, I can't remember the guy's name now, but Randy and Lily do pop in there once in a while. But Randy used to do window tint. And so when I said, I got to find somebody who can do window tint, he goes, I used to do that. I'll do it for you. So window tint will also reduce in-car temperatures by another 40%. And it makes, I'll tell you folks, it makes a huge difference. So with the sunshade, and I don't have it like limo tint. I don't want to, if you go south of the border and your window tint is too dark and you go into some states, you're going to meet the cowboy with the hat on and the pistol on his waist. Yeah, and the blue flashing lights. You're going to meet him fast. I did one time down in Watkins Glen in my Supra. Yeah, it wasn't good. That's all I'm going to tell you. It was not good. My Supra was black on black, and I had really dark window tint. It wasn't allowed in the state of New York, Watkins Glen area. So that caused a lot of problems for me a long ways from home. Anywho, those are two things that will serve you extremely well. So you come out of work or out of your home and you're heading off to work and it's cooking outside. You should also, if it's super duper hot outside, crack your windows down about the thickness of your index finger. Give your car a little gap. Because if the heat builds up too much, it'll pop the windshield. I've seen that happen. I've had it happen to myself. It'll pop the windshield. So you want to let that hot air in there that's expanding at a rapid rate, you want it to get out of there. It's got to get out of the car. So pop the windows down, again, about the thickness of your index finger. Next, you get in that car and it's still, things will be hot to the touch. If you haven't used a sunshade and you don't have tinted windows, then it's going to be cooking in there. Yeah, and if you had a muffin tray and set that inside there, your muffins would be ready by the time you come out of work. And it's hot. I mean, inside of a vehicle gets so hot. So when you put your air conditioning on, guess what happens? Same as in your home. If you're a person that turns air conditioning on and off, it's either on or it's off. Your air conditioning system has to work 100 times harder than just leaving it on, setting the temperature, and letting everything that's in the building cool off. Because if there's any warm objects in your building, like drywall, plastics, furniture, carpeting, flooring, all the coolness gets scarfed up by those warm objects. Your car is exactly the same. The seats are hot. The plastic's all hot everywhere. And, these vehicles have so much plastic. It's no wonder when they start on fire, they're so toxic and they burn so fast, because plastic is a form of gasoline. Hello. And all this plastic under the hood, if a fire breaks out in the engine bay on your vehicle, 10 minutes, the car's done. It's over, because all that plastic, again, is a form of gasoline. It's made with petroleum. So, yeah, it's lightweight and you get better gas mileage because the vehicle's light, but if it starts on fire, it's done. It's over. So, everything is super hot. So, when you put your air conditioning on, same as I just described about your home, everything in there that's hot has to get cooled down. So, the coolness will get scarfed up by everything that's hot inside your vehicle before you really start feeling the cold. But now I'm going to give you some secrets, some tips and tricks on how to get that car cooled down inside quickly. You ready for it? Get your crayons ready. I'm going to have a little swiggy here and getting dry. Okay, this is the wrap up for today. 2 more things to go. All right, here we go. You climb in. You fire up the car. First thing most people will do is throw max AC, full fan speed. Wrong. Totally. Your supply of rice-a-roni, it's a San Francisco treat. Yeah. And Spam. You're not winning. You're losing. Here's how you get in. Get into the vehicle. Put the windows down all the way around 2 inches. 2 fingers put together through the top of the window. That's about 2 inches. All the way around. Set the dash to blow to the floor. Not the face, to the floor. Follow me on this. It works extremely well. And many years ago, when an old AC tech taught me this, I thought he was, two fries short a Happy Meal. But he was spot on. So you climb in, fire up the car. Max AC. Low fan speed. Vents to the floor, your feet. Windows open 2 inches all the way around. Now get moving. Now what happens is, and here's how you can fact check me on this. Wear the shortest shorts you can find in your drawer. Fellas. Just kidding. Don't want you to look like Richard Simmons or anything. Bless his soul. I don't think he's around anymore. Guy used to kill me. I used to laugh so hard. Anyhow, drive down the road. Everything is set up exactly how I told you. Engines fired up, max AC, low fan speed, low as possible, vents to the floor. Windows all open 2 inches all the way around. You will feel, as you're moving, that's just like it turns into an aircraft. Same principle of an aircraft airflow. There's vortex flow. Because the vehicle's moving down the road, the windows are open, there's suction. from the air outside. So the suction causes the heat to be sucked out through those 2-inch gaps in your windows, and cold air is heavier than hot air. Okay, so the hot air rises, cold air is going down. As the hot air is being sucked out, you will feel, and do this test, wear the shorts, short as you can, so you can feel this on your legs. You will feel the cold air traveling up your legs. So the depth of the cold air is getting deeper as the hot air is going out. And it's cooling the car down, the carpet, the plastic, the door panels, the dashboard, the seats, everything is cooling down very quickly. Soon as you feel that cold air reaching your thigh area, windows up. Put the windows up, turn the fan speed up 1 click to speed number 2, and leave it the way it is down at the floor. That car will get cooled down in literally minutes. Now, hopping in and doing it your way, most of you, engine started, max AC, full fan speed to the head. That will take about 45 minutes to an hour to get that vehicle completely cooled down. The way I'm describing to you and telling you how to do it will cool that car down literally in minutes once you get moving. If you put a thermometer, a meatometer in the dash, like I do, you'll see, I'll make sure Skippy gets that on the video today, is a picture of my meatometer in the dash. I leave it in there all year round so I can monitor my heating and cooling system all the time, because it tells me how well it's doing, how is it performing. And if there's a potential problem, I will see it in the temperature on my meatometer. So you can go anywhere you want and get a big one or a small one in diameter. I have a small one, it's about 1 inch, but I can also read the numbers very clearly and quickly. So I watch my temperature. I'm a gauge watcher. That's just the way I am. I want to see what's going on. If there's any telltale signs something is going awry, it will alert me faster than waiting for some idiot light to go on or a service light. So that's how you're going to get the vehicle cooled down. Now, how do we turn this thing off? This is where you've got to learn this. This is where, you know what? As my professor would say, Motormouth, there's no victory if there's no battle. So you got to be willing to put the effort in. If you're not willing to put the effort in, then you won't get the desired results, and you're costing yourself a lot of money operating your car. That's the whole idea behind Car Connection. Is I've been in this lane that I've been carving it out for over 40 years to help you to understand your automobile more, to save yourselves a lot of headache and a lot of heartache. Because owning an automobile, there's only 2 ways of owning an automobile: living in the unknown or living in the know. One creates a ton of stress, not knowing what's going on and waiting till it goes kafufnik, or the other gives you a ton of peace of mind and freedom. And that's what I'm trying to teach you now with air conditioning. Now listen up. This is how you shut it off. Every time. You know that you're about 10 minutes, I'm going to say 15 minutes away from where you're going to be shutting the car off. Turn off the air conditioning. Leave the fan going. Turn the fan speed down to about number 2. Okay? You're not going to suffocate. Trust me. Hasn't happened to me much. Just kidding. So max AC, turn the AC off so the compressor gets a time to relax. And I explain it in one other podcast, kind of like this. That's what the compressor needs to do. If you don't, all the pressure stays inside that AC compressor and it will go kafufnik. It won't last. You'll overheat it and you blow it out. That's what happens. In this year's AC parts list and how much and availability, I haven't seen it yet. But I can tell you this. If a a pulley for my FJ in 2021 was $93. How much is that today? I didn't even bother calling. I didn't. I just went to my resources to see who had what I needed, what was the best price at a decent quality part, and how soon could I get it. So 3 things. Price was important, but also quality, not sacrificing quality and workmanship. And, you don't want to buy something that's got cheesy, cheap, bearings in it, because it's going to go kafufnik on you, and you're going to be back in there changing it all out again if you've destructed stuff. So your AC compressor, if you don't turn that thing off ahead of time, you're shortening its lifespan. And when the compressor explodes, it fills the system up with all kinds of metal shrapnel. So now we have a ton of work to flush all the lines out and everything, to get all the metallic out of there. Every single little tidbit has to get out in order to get the system back up and running. Because there's a little thing called an orifice tube that, if you actually saw one, I think we'll definitely shoot a video, and I'll have all the parts laid out and show you what are some of the smallest components in your AC system that without them functioning, you have no AC. It'll blow your mind. It really will. So 15 minutes before landing time, arrival, max AC, turn the air conditioner off. Low fan speed, number 2 is adequate. You can go down to number 1 if you like. And you will still get a lot of cold air. So what's happening now? Air compressor's off. It's having a nice relaxing moment. And then you're allowing the evaporator core, which is inside the car, it's frosted over while you're driving with air conditioning on. It turns completely white. It frosts over. That's where your cold air comes from. You're giving it a chance to defrost and dry out. If you don't do that, that's why your air conditioning smells, and it's going to smell forever. Just telling you. Unless we take half the car apart to get the evaporator core, to get all the hairballies, dust and dander and Pomeranians off the face of the evaporator core, that grows spores, bacteria. And I have tried every service that has been put out there to try and kill that bacteria off, to get the smell out of your car. But all it takes is the tip of your baby finger doesn't get killed. The bacteria doesn't get killed. It completely grows back and smells. It's next to impossible to get rid of that smell. And it all starts because you just shut the air conditioning off. The evaporator core defrosts itself while you're out of the car, and it stays damp and moist and soaking wet, and it gathers up more material that's floating around inside your car. And it gets trapped on the fins of that evaporator core. And it just looks like a miniature radiator. That's all it is. But it's cooling system radiator called an evaporator core. So that's where that smell comes from. And that's how it's created. It's created by you using your vehicle's air conditioning system the wrong way. And salespeople will never teach you these tricks and tips. They won't. They'll never sit you down and say, here's how you use your vehicle's air conditioning system. They just won't. So what I'm teaching you is what we learned in class over 44 years. Nothing has changed. The system works exactly the same way. It's refrigeration. It's a refrigeration system. So that's where your in-car smell comes from when your friends say, hey, let's go to Costco or something. And you got air conditioning on. What's that smell? I think there's a song about that. What's that smell? Oh, it's my air conditioning. That really stinks. And it isn't going to get any better. You can put a deodorizer in there, but that smell is going to, every time you do that, you just shut it off, and the evaporator core is defrosting while you're out of the car. It sits and it stays wet. What does that do in your home? If you have a room where there's moisture and it never dries out, what happens? Mold. Could be black mold, white mold, pink mold, but nevertheless, mold that affects your health. And that is mold. So if you put somebody in your car that has cardiorespiratory issues, they're not going to like it in there because that's bacteria that they're smelling, and it's airborne. So they may be affected by that being in your car. So that's where that stench comes from. And in order to knock it out, there's only one way, I can tell you. There is only one way to do it, is somebody's got to take half your car apart to get down to the evaporator core and clean it off, and then spray it down with a bacterial killer to make sure we soak it in bacterial spray that kills the spores, and blow it out and make sure it's completely clean 100%, because it only takes a little bit of spores that didn't get wiped out to start the process all over again. And if you continue to use your vehicle's air conditioning that way, it's going to cost you a lot of money, because the first thing to go is the AC compressor. Then a ton of labor in behind that to clean all the tubings out. All the tubes got to be taken out and flushed out and blown out and then reinstalled. It's a lot of work. So you're getting into a few $1,000s to fix it. So I hope you got something out of that, because that's how you use your vehicle's air conditioning properly, and servicing it every 24 months will keep you cool. And then you'll want to be cool all the time. That's what it takes. So this part 4, it's the wrap up of the AC Want to Be Cool Part 4, Part 3, Part 2, Part 1 are all up on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed, liked, subscribed, shared, followed, and also sign up for our online community with Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Our iHeart icon is there on our homepage, as well as our YouTube at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's where you'll find everything to connect with us, and also to subscribe to our YouTube channel. The 93% is dropping down now, 93% unsubscribed. This is a funny thing about YouTube, is I've discovered that for some reason you can subscribe and all of a sudden you're not subscribed. I've discovered that because I was missing some channels that I like to watch and not being notified, even though I rang the bell to be notified when new videos come up. I wasn't subscribed. I didn't unsubscribe. So how did it happen? So check that. Take a moment to check that. And for those of you who are enjoying our videos but not subscribed, please do that, would you? It helps us to grow, and all our efforts will help us to help others just like you and me all around the world. So thank you for tuning in, for watching, listening, and joining our online community. Our merchandise store is available to you as well on our homepage at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. Grab yourself some Car Connection Motormouth gear. Proceeds going to help those who are battling addiction get to a total freedom addiction campus, Canada and USA, where all the help that they'll need to beat that addiction is there, and a new life awaits for them. So when you do that, you know that you're helping Skippy and I to help those who are struggling with addiction, have made that decision. Today's the day. Today's the day. I'll do whatever it takes to get past this addiction, round it, under it, through it, over it, and get my life back. So till tomorrow, happy, healthy motoring. Keep it under 100. And thank you to Niagara Block at 5000 Montrose Road, the Grimo family, for making Car Connection Business Network and the Car Connection Workshop possible, with even more ways to watch, listen, and engage. They've been building Canada since 1931 with building supplies, blocks of all designs and colors, metal, rebar. They got it all there, as well as if you're looking to create that gorgeous backyard space that you've always wanted, they can help you from start to finish with all the hardscape landscaping materials that you will need to create that beautiful area that you can call your backyard oasis. Could be a front yard, side yard, but to make that special spot for you to really take it all in and enjoy life and peace. They have contractors they can line you up with to take care of all the details from start to finish. So check in with Kathy Grimo. She has that list of contractors that you can trust to estimate the job, get the job started, and finish it, and finish well. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the Car Connection Workshop. Happy, healthy motoring, peace, patience, and kindness, and keep it under 100 and put that coffee on. We might just come to your house. Bye for now.